Carlos Nelson with Cascade Media, and today we're on our What's Up Kansas City channel. We're on our health and wellness, and we have one of our friends on, Dr. Marjorie Williams, and she wants to share some information about an event that's coming up for seniors, uh, talking about health and wellness and some other issues. Welcome to the show, Dr. March.
And thank you so much, Carlos, for the opportunity to be here this afternoon to be able to share information to our community at large about the upcoming community senior caregiving, wellness, and welfare that is scheduled to be held this weekend, which is July the 19th from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. in South Kansas City. Actually, the location is the Memorial International Church.
Uh, Tell our audience a little bit about what motivated you to get involved in this project.
Well, the project is the brainchild of Councilman Daryl Curls, who wanted to do something for seniors in the area, pulling a think tank together of like-minded people who believe that services, information, resources available to seniors sometimes may be limited for various reasons, one of them being access and the other one being able to have someone that they could go to and trust that would give them information that they needed. With that, we began to meet and plan. Mr. Curls was able to pull in community partners to make sure that it was in a centralized place. Councilman Curls, I should say, was able to pull in people that would be in a centralized place. But then, after vetting through what type of services and resources that we would need, we partnered with organizations like Link, which is local neighborhood investment commission, Block, Community America, of course, the church, the Kansas City Shepherd Center, and of course, the city of Kansas City, Missouri. After we had everyone around the table, it was a great idea to say, okay, let's streamline this and identify those areas that we believe that the community seniors would benefit from. And where would we believe that we could offer this, that they would feel that they want to come, learn more information, and get resources that would help them to be able to make different choices in their lives.
So that's your main objective, to inform the people so they can make better choices.
The main objective is to make sure that seniors have access to resources in their community that allows them to have choices with how they're able to manage their lifestyles, being able to get resources that might be needed and so that they can live
What
in their
kind? Well, excuse me for cutting you off. Can you be specific about any resources that they're offering?
Yes, so we're looking at the type of sessions or the people who will be there. We'll have someone there who will be discussing dental care, trust and wills, Medicaid and Social Security, which is a big topic these days, especially with all the cuts that are being made, diabetes information, senior property tax information, AARP. We'll also have someone there who will be doing exercising with them to help them be able to take those things that they learn on that particular day and take them home, continue to move their bodies, vaccinations, foods, and then also games for kids, free giveaways, and much, much more.
All right, all right. Uh, so, how do you feel the event is going to? Have you had a good response as of today, or what do you think we need to do to make sure? Because I'm a senior,
Mhm.
and I think I told you I stay in senior living, and uh, my daughter, if it's not for Rosanna Nelson, looking at all the advantages that are out here for seniors to take advantage, even as much as going to the restaurant and say senior citizens and getting that little discount,
Right.
uh, especially on now that I've gotten older, arthritis and diabetes and different things. That if you don't have health insurance, for sure, coming to something like this where you can get some resources and some advice, and possibly, I don't know, uh, some staff to help you get some of the applications and the things that you need to be submitted to some of these programs.
Absolutely. We want to be a resource. We want to offer assistance because we know that sometimes it's the application process that is the gatekeeper for us being able to get services for many of the seniors in the area. So we want to make sure that they know what's available. If there's something that they need that's not there, we'll definitely try to make sure that we connect them with the resource that could help them. And you're absolutely right. Kansas City has an aging community. And even though it's being hosted in the 5th District, it is a citywide event. We've gone around to residential facilities. We've had information that has been placed in the local media outlets to make sure that we are letting people know that this is going on, because we want to make sure that we are taking care of our seniors who are aging. Many of them want to age in their homes. What does that mean? That's a totally different perspective. How do you be safe and continue to live in your home? When we think about the cost of living for someone who has outlived what society has said that we're going to do in aging, we need to make sure that they have the resources, that they feel safe, they continue to have the quality of life that they desire.
Hey, Dr. Marge, and to my audience, the 5th District, if you don't know, now you know, that is one of is the largest district with African Americans at this point. They have surpassed the 3rd District. And I would say I'm tempted myself, Dr. Mars, to come out there and find out
We want you to come.
what they're doing and bring Cascade out there
Yes.
because because I am a senior, and even if they don't come to that event, if we can get it on camera, they will probably get some information that they can use via looking at what took place.
So,
So
Carlos, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what we should be doing, is being the vehicle of information for people who may not have access. And if someone does not have access or the availability, or are able to come to the site, how do we get that information to him? And I would hope that you would share with your tenants who are living in the place where you reside, because this is information that will help everyone. We need to be out there being that vehicle of information, and also being that resource that's available to people who may not be able to come to an event such as this. But this will not be the last time we'll do it, because we know the need. You're right. The largest population of people who live in South Kansas City are probably people who are 55 and older. And if we looked at some of our other communities, we would see those same numbers, because you know why? We are living longer. We're living longer. We need different resources. Society didn't prepare for us. There are things that we don't know, questions we don't know how to ask people that
or who to
can,
ask?
right, or who to ask. And so we're making this our first event, thankful to Councilman Curls and his vision, and not only with his vision, but his eagerness to make sure that he is touching every segment of the community, and especially the segment of those seniors who are living and living longer. So how do we do that? By having just what you said there. People were talking about insurances, like I shared before, wills, trust. Let's talk about Medicaid, and let's talk about your retirement and what that means. What does that jargon mean? What does that jargon mean that we hear every day when they talk about cuts? How is that going to impact us? And if we need to reach out and call someone, where do we go with this? Who do we trust? Who can give us up-to-date information? Who's going to give us all of the information? So that's the reason why we're having the event on Saturday. Again, it's from 10 to 2 o'clock at the Memorial Church. It is sponsored by Councilman Curls and community partners. While they're presenting their senior caregiver wellness and welfare, it means just that. We all know that health is wealth.
So, do you have a telephone number?
We don't have a telephone number, but there is a QR code, or you can call down to City Hall to the 5th District office, and his assistant or someone there will be
I'll put
able to.
his information on the video
Yes,
and
please.
I'll take a snapshot of the QR
Information,
code.
Councilman Curls information on the video. He is our 5th District council person at large, He's doing a wonderful job in trying to make sure that the lines of communication is open, and even more important, that services for people who are in the age group like you and I are available, and we have a clear understanding of how to access them.
All right. Hey, before we get off, let me tell my audience I usually don't be eating no cheese, and y'all know that. But Dr. Marge, when we couldn't spell cat, Dr. Marge would write for me. I said, Dr. Marge, I'm doing a story on so and so. Could you write so it sound like it yeah, it's coherent? And Dr. Marge said, send the stuff over to me. I'll get you together and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And her partner Carmelita Williams, when we were in the Lincoln Building, she would always come over and give information and help us build our company, build the audience. When we first really got into all of this video, and then last but least, between her and Jimmy Watts, I still lay closings. She had a closing that you have to be the change you want to see. And I was telling her before the show, I thought that was a bunch of crap. But the more I started doing in-depth videos with our community, from religious people to the politicians to ordinary people, one of the things I found that people want to see a lot of things, but they don't want to be the change that they want to see. And uh, getting that out, now I'm going to do another closing. My other partner, Jim Watts, he was instrumental also with Cascade, and he always would close his program with this lame closing about it was a plum pleasing pleasure having you on the show, Dr. Marge. And I'd be saying, Jim, cut out all the niceties. But as we end, we always say, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
And thank you so much again. Hope to see everyone on Saturday, 10 to 2, Memorial International Church. The address is actually 11424 Hickman Mills Drive, Kansas City, Missouri.
This is brought to you by Kansas City Business Association, working to improve our community.